Well, I, for one, am absolutely mortified by the actions of the Doom Patrol this evening at the World of Hurt taping. We've seen Johnny Mangway use a low blow to his advantage to get a victory over Darius Carter. We've seen Chris Dickinson and the rest of the Doom Patrol destroy TJ Marconi's leg. We have no idea what the extent of his injury is. He's still going to stick around for the rest of the tapings tonight before he goes to the hospital to show his support for the rest of the roster. Plus, we saw the Pit Boss picking a fight with Nick Talent. There you see him right there, who came out to the taping today to show his support in spite of the fact that he's been sidelined, we don't know for how long, as a result of a concussive kick from Chris Dickinson. And all I can say right now is I hope that the Doom Patrol is perfectly content with their handiwork and that they're going to leave us alone for the rest of the taping. And this overshadowing the fact that the Super Smash Brothers are here in Beyond Wrestling to compete, to prove that they're one of the best tag teams on the scene today. They're going to be going up against Corvus Fear and somebody that he introduced into Beyond Wrestling back at the Bosses and Busters taping, Zach Novak. Now, Zach Novak has not had much luck when it comes to wins in Beyond Wrestling, but he picked up his first ever victory at the Gospel of the Boards taping, teaming with that man right there, Corvus Fear, and Chase Burnett, going up against some of Corvus Fear's other students. It seemed like Novak was a little bit upset because he hit a frog splash off the top rope, which led his team to getting the victory. However, it was not Zach Novak that was able to score the pin in that match. This kid's going to realize that you got to take it where you can get it, and a win is a win. So hopefully he's going to be riding that momentum into this contest, and hopefully he is going to be on the same page with Corvus Fear. Corvus Fear, some might call him the spiritual leader of Beyond Wrestling. He's introduced so many different wrestlers here to Beyond Wrestling, and this is a big match for him too. Corvus Fear, perhaps most well known as one half of the Garden State Gods, teaming with Mike Quest in Jersey All Pro Wrestling. Now teaming with some of his students that he's introduced. Certainly going to be one of his biggest challenges to date. Again, going up against the Super Smash Brothers, two guys that have just debuted for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Former Chikara Campione Dave Parejas. They've competed for Ring of Honor all throughout Montreal. I mean, these guys have been everywhere, and now they're here in Beyond Wrestling to show why they're such a dominant, such an effective duo. Looks like we're going to see Corvus Fear and Player Dose start things off. A little bit of banter before this match officially getting underway. Corvus Fear and Player Dose tying up. Looks like Player Dose able to get the advantage by taking that wrist lock. Corvus Fear showing some agility, able to pop up to his feet and release the hold. Pretty impressed with his own handiwork. Player Dose saying that he's not going to be able to find a more effective counter for that hold as these two tie up again. Looks like Corvus Fear is able to apply the wrist lock. We're going to see if Player Dose is able to find a more effective escape. Hip it up to his feet. No, again, no, again. He might be a better dancer than Corvus Fear, too. And Player Uno showing his support by launching himself into the ring. Now, this is what Beyond Wrestling is about. You're making me look bad in front of my friends. Oh, the other wrestler is telling Corvus Fear, you're not his friends. And Player Dose getting right and laughing right in his face. Not even funny. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. He's my friend. Screw you guys. It's just that I'm better than you and everything. Well, now that we've established that Player Dose is hilarious. All right, he's ready for some more action. Let's get to the wrestling. Gotta say, though, it's good to see that these guys are all in such good spirits, especially considering the circumstances of earlier tonight. But as I was starting to say, this is the epitome of what Beyond Wrestling is about. Competition for the sake of competition. None of these guys have any personal issues. They're just gonna go out there and do the best that they can do. They're gonna wrestle to the best of their ability to try and defeat their opponents. Not gonna be taking any cheap shots. Corbin Sphere again, impressed with this drop kick. It was a pretty good drop kick. It took Player Dos off his feet, but again, allowing his opponent the opportunity to get back up to his feet, they tie up once again. This time, Player Dos shooting Corbin Sphere off, up and over, trying to trip him up to no avail. Catching Corbin Sphere with the drop kick and popping right back up to his feet. A little bit of a game of one-upsmanship so far. And again, Player Dos scoring with the advantage, but allowing his opponent the same opportunity to get back up to his feet. And Corbin Sphere realizing his fly's open.
Your dick's like 6 times the size. Shoot. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am not responsible. But if you're in the way, when I get to I'm gonna use it.
I don't even know what to make of this. If Player Dos, I think this guy might have gotten in the wrong industry because he's a hell of a comedian. And now Player Uno and Zach Novak, cooler heads prevailing right here. Trying to separate Corbin Sphere and Player Dos before things really escalate. I think referee Brett Lauderdale needs to maintain more order in this contest than any before it, but Player Uno now squaring off with Zach Novak. Novak able to trip up Player Uno. Player Uno able to respond. Oh, God! Putting a hole in his chest with that chop. Novak able to reverse the Irish whip, telegraphing that back body drop as he gets kicked up. Able to hit that Hurricane Rana. Good counter from Novak, and just flying in with that spinning wheel kick. Connecting with Player Uno right on the side of the head. Novak now looking to send Uno off the ropes. Gets countered and again gets caught in the chest, this time with an elbow. Uno though, oh no! The top rope getting pulled down. And Novak getting sent to the outside, as was Corbin Sphere. And as these two trying to regroup, this allows the Super Smash Brothers the opportunity to hit a flying cannonball. And Player Uno, he's dropped a considerable amount of weight, but still a tremendous display of agility from the bigger athlete. And of course, Player Dos. Put on this planet to make jokes? No, put on this planet to fly. And that's what he's gonna do right now. Over the top rope, no hands, and landing on his feet. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can take another look at that technique. Incredible dive from Player Dos, taking out Corbin Sphere and Zach Novak. You're gonna love the Super Smash Brothers getting all chummy with some of the other wrestlers around ringside. They understand what Beyond Wrestling is all about. Now, that Oklahoma roll only good for a 2 count. And Zach Novak, again, the least experienced member of this contest, cannot fault the Super Smash Brothers for focusing their attack on him. Sending Novak off the ropes. Novak able to jump over both of his opponents, but he gets caught. Oh, now that knee right to the back of the head. And Player Uno with a bonsai drop. Not enough coverage on the shoulders. Zach Novak still able to kick out. And this would be an instance where having that extra 30 or 40 pounds would force to Player Uno's benefit, but I'd say it's probably better off long term that he's dropped the weight. Oh, catching him low. Oh, now that back fist to the side of the head. Oh, just connecting right on the jaw with another punch. Picking him up and just driving him down with that backbreaker.
Hey, I know another backbreaker. You remember? Oh, shit. Let's do this.
Player Uno and Player Dose calling for some tandem offense. We're going to see a body slam on the knee. No. Zach Novak body slammed out of the way, and the Super Smash Brothers are posing in the middle of the ring. These are some pretty good poses, too. But this might be the best one of them all. And Zach Novak still not able to rally a comeback. I don't know if he even realizes how far away from his partner he is. But a smart move out of Player Dose, pulling Novak closer to his corner. Going for that pin, not enough though. Novak gets sent off the ropes. I think Corvus Fears tagged himself in right here. And an exploder neckbreaker combination out of Corvus Fear and Zach Novak. Certainly able to find their opportunity. Oh, only good for a 2 count. And Player Uno throwing a water bottle in the ring to break it up. Dose thinks that this is hilarious. I do too. Again, getting caught. And now with a series of knees right to the spine. Now just stomping away on the hands of Player Dose. Corvus Fear's got him hooked up. Taking him down with that vertical suplex. Great elevation, great impact. Corvus Fear, something else in mind. Now just dropping his leg on Player Dose's leg. He's got him all tied up in that leg submission. Now hooking the head too. And look at the stretch out of Corvus Fear, letting his legs do all the work. Now bending those shoulder blades too. But he leaves himself vulnerable in the fist drop from Player Uno, able to break up that submission predicament. Corvus Fear tagging in Zach Novak, making sure to keep control of his opponent.
Where's my tag rope?
Player Dose gets sent off the ropes. And a double back elbow effective in taking him back down to the mat. Now this is the type of momentum that Zach Novak and Corvus Fear needed, and it seems like they are firmly in control of this contest at this point. Novak able to snapmare Player Dose down to the mat. Oh, God! That victim kick to the spine. Dose nowhere to go. Only good for a 2 count. There you see him shaking his hand, perhaps losing feeling while experiencing numbness in his arm. I could definitely see that from that kick. Novak sending Player Dose into the buckle. But Dose able to evade the big boot and able to just come off the second rope with that moonsault body press. There you see, again, moving out of the way of the kick and just taking Novak down. Oh, God, and just spiking him with that reverse DDT. Corvus Fear coming in. Sent up and over. Able to hold on. Going for that pin. Dose getting the best of that exchange with that standing moonsault. Oh, but Corvus Fear right out of the pin, spiking him on his head. And a standing shooting star press out of Novak. Is that going to do it? Player Uno in there to break up the pin just in the nick of time. Now moving Zach Novak out of the way. Corvus Fear firing away. Oh, and the Falcon Punch. Corvus Fear staggered in the middle of the ring. Oh, and that strike to the midsection of Zach Novak, who's sent into his partner. Now the Super Smash Brothers have him hooked up. And as Corvus Fear gets driven to the mat with that sliced bread, Novak spikes on the top of his head. Novak in no position to save his partner. Player Dose going for the pin on Corvus Fear. Fear able to get up on his own accord. This match will continue. But how much more can either of these teams take? Now again, the Super Smash Brothers looking for some double team offense. Corvus Fear picked up in that side slam and again taken down with that elbow drop combination. Super Smash Brothers are on fire right now. Going for the pin. Again, a bit lackadaisical. Did not have the leg hooked in a way that would have given him the proper amount of pressure across the chest in order to keep those shoulders down on the mat. Corvus Fear now sent into that corner. Uno come charging into that boot. Novak's up on the shoulders. Perhaps going for a super kick, reverse Rana combination. That did not work to the favor of either of these guys. Now both just struggling to get back up to their feet. Looks like Novak able to apply that front face lock, go right into that suplex. Let's get again, not an effective way to hook the leg. The same mistake that we saw Player Uno made, Zach Novak has made a mistake on his end. And perhaps that was going to be a sequence from Corvus Fear and Zach Novak. But again, that did not work to their benefit. Now just trying to regain their bearings. Oh! Novak able to duck out of the way of Enziguri, ended up catching Corvus Fear. Now Novak putting Player Dos on the top rope. Giving him some separation. Oh, and then spin kick. Finding the mark. Take another look at that. Great elevation on that kick. Right on the side of the head. Perhaps Novak going for a superplex. But Dos able to put on the brakes, firing away at the midsection. Novak, though, as he gets pushed off, he lands on his feet. Oh, but Uno from the opposite corner coming in with that double stomp. Going for that clothesline. Corvus Fear ducking out of the way. Elevated him up and over that German suplex, but there's Player Dos coming off the top of that splash. Dos going to pin Corvus Fear, but Corvus Fear with the veteran wherewithal to get underneath the ropes. Again, take a look at that double stomp right on the back of the head. He killed him with that. And then again, as Corvus Fear popped up Uno for that German suplex, Dos coming off the top and connected with that frog splash. As Dos is trying to rally, the other wrestlers are on ringside. Zach Novak cutting him off and just with a barrage. Ducking out of the way of that clothesline. Oh, that dragon suplex. Looks like the Alabama Slam in combination with the lung blower, and Corvus Fear right in there to break up the pin. If it's one thing you can say that the Super Smash Brothers have had the advantage over Corvus Fear and Novak in this contest, is that their double team offense has been on point. Again, we saw that error out of Corvus Fear and Zach Novak when they were going for that Super Hurricane Rana combination. But Corvus Fear, he's now fighting both men on his own accord. Look at this. Coming off that second rope and hitting both with an ace crusher. And again, that's the veteran wherewithal, the experience of Corvus Fear. And again, the experience of, again, when he was teamed with Mike Quest as the Garden State Gods. He is a very effective tag team wrestler. I mean, he's a very effective singles wrestler. Corvus Fear, one of the best we have in Beyond Wrestling, and looking to pick up his biggest victory to date over the Super Smash Brothers. Now just elevating his partner, taking him down with that ace crusher. Is that going to be it? Player Uno still able to kick out. Now Corvus Fear focusing his attention on Player Dos. These tag team matches in Beyond Wrestling are so very chaotic. Again, up to the referee's discretion. He's letting all four men fight at once. And it is made for one hell of an exciting contest. Novak able to push his partner out of the way, avoid contact, that double rock bottom. Now Novak setting up for that frog splash. This is what he won his first ever match with at the Gospel of the Boards taping. We're going to be climbing to the top rope, but Corvus Fear instructed with something else in mind. How much time are these guys taking right here? Come on, you got to get on your man. Corvus Fear perhaps looking for the frog splash? I'm a little bit confused right here. As Uno comes to charge in to knock Corvus Fear, he gets caught with that kick. I don't understand what these guys are doing right here. Oh, Zach Novak with the added elevation is going to be coming off Corvus Fear's shoulders with that frog splash, but he took too much time, and as he was coming down, look at that. Oh, God. He caught his legs on Player Dos, and that only worsened the impact. Corvus Fear getting pulled off the top rope. Oh, God, that double pile driver, and that's got to be it. The Super Smash Brothers victorious. Novak jumping in to try and break up the pin, but too little, too late. And the Super Smash Brothers victorious once again at Beyond Wrestling. Take a look at that pile driver. Being driven down with the force of two men. Again, a very highly competitive contest. Could have gone either way up until the end, but Corvus Fear making the mistake, telling his partner to take the bigger risk, and it did not pay off. Now Novak getting right in the face of Player Dos. Hey, these guys won fair and square. Novak better watch himself right here, because this is not a fight that he wants to pick. Now Corvus Fear trying to break things up, and Novak pushing him down too. I get it, this kid's caught up in the heat of the moment, but he better be careful. Oh, that was a mistake. Uno and Dos taking the opportunity to get out of the ring, realizing that this has quickly become a personal issue and that this is starting to escalate. Corvus Fear needs to get control of his student right now. Zach Novak going to attack him. Corvus Sphere going to the Snapmare Driver, and the Doom Patrol sensing that Corvus Sphere and Novak are vulnerable right now, rushing into the ring. But Corvus Sphere saying that both him and Novak are going to take down the Doom Patrol. As he turns around to confront this, what is Novak doing? No, come on! And now a 4-1 beatdown. The Doom Patrol and Zach Novak taking their aggressions out on Corvus Sphere. You're gonna wonder, was this a premeditated assault? Here you see Nick Talent running in with a chair, running in with a wrench, making sure that this does not continue to escalate. TJ Marconi, again, hasn't even gone to the hospital to check out on the status of his injury, coming in to protect Corvus Sphere so the same doesn't happen to him. And again, you're going to wonder, is this a premeditated assault? You know, win, lose, or draw tonight, was this something that Novak had planned on doing to Corvus Sphere? I mean, we saw Johnny Mangway talking to Zach Novak at the conclusion of the Gospel of the Board's taping.
Exactly. Lost another. I wasted my time listening to you and it didn't give me shit.
Now Zach Novak saying he wasted his time teaming up with Corvus Sphere. Is this going to do you any better teaming up with the Doom Patrol?
Win by any means necessary.
And there you heard it, by any means necessary.
The boys become a man. Deal with it. Yeah. Deal with it.
Marconi barely able to stand on his own accord.
Why? I gave you everything.
I mean, Corvus Sphere is going to point there. He's the one that introduced Zach Novak into Beyond Wrestling in the same way that he also introduced Chris Dickinson. Now another one of his students turning his back on his mentor. The Doom Patrol are absolutely disgusting, effectively ruining the World of Hurt taping. One of Beyond Wrestling's biggest opportunities, able to work with the Super Smash Brothers in a match like this, again painted by the Doom Patrol, who should have had no involvement in it whatsoever.
We're done for tonight. This is it. Enough. Cut the cameras. We're done.
And there you heard it, the rest of the taping being called off. I hope the Doom Patrol is happy.
Yeah, eat gasoline, prick.
Just absolutely despicable.
Fuck all you.